introduce you to someone. So first of all, let's do the fabric haul. The fabric haul is some fabric I've just received this morning, and I know I wasn't going to buy, and I'm using up what I can, but this, I just had to have this. I thought it was absolutely, I got 3 lots, thought they were absolutely lovely, and I've already got three dresses exactly the same style in mind. I've already made one which I haven't shown you yet, but I'll be telling you about that in the next vlog. And these are the 3 lots of fabrics I got from FABRICLAND. They were not very expensive. Let's see if I can find the paperwork. They came from FABRICLAND. I got 5 meters of each, and the total cost was £73.84. 5 meters of each. Now then, I'm going to have to try and work out which one was which. 2 cost me £18.50 each, and 1 cost me £16.63. Postage and packing was £9.49, and the company, as I said before, was FABRICLAND. It doesn't say where it's from. FABRICLAND. Well, I'm not sure about what the names are, but this was the first one that caught my eye. And the thing I like about black fabrics with bright colours is when you are wearing them, they do not show any bumps and bulges, or they don't show bumps and bulges as much as light fabrics do. And I thought this was, I liked the lilac, it goes lovely with grey hair. I like the black, black's always my favourite, with bright colours to go with it. So I can visualise this in a beautiful, beautiful dress, and probably within the next few weeks you shall see this beautiful dress fabric. Does it say on the side who it is, what the make is? No, I don't think it does. When did I order it? What time did I order it? I ordered it 18th of April at 6 minutes past 10 at night. So as I say, caught my eye, just had to have it. Then the next one was, this one is amaryllis, I think, and oh golly, this is so gorgeous. This was also caught my eye, because I can see, oh, that's not the colour, that's not it, that's the wrong way. It's viscose challis, and look at that, that is going to make a beautiful dress as well. A nice summer dress that when I walk out, people are going to go, oh, I like her dress. It costs £18.50 for 5 meters. So that is, and I say, what does it say? It's a viscose fabric, yes. So it's a viscose, and then again 5 meters of it. So I wanted to get a full circle skirt out of it. And lastly, this one, fabric feather. Oh no, maybe this is the amaryllis. This is another one. Fabric, I'm not sure, I'll tell you, I'll describe what the titles say, and you can match them to whatever you think they belong to. This one here, I was a bit put off by this yellow boxy line that goes round. I thought, oh, is that going to look okay? But then I thought, well, when it's on the dress, your eye's drawn to the whole pattern and not to the yellow lines. I think that's amaryllis, actually. They look like amaryllis, but so do they. So I don't know which one is which. Another one, again, 5 meters. Going to make a lovely circular skirt dress. And this one here is lighter than that one. That one here, don't know if you can see, it's kind of a, well, it just got a rougher feel to it than that one and that one. They've got a silkier feel to them, and they are absolutely lovely. All of them are lovely. So that was a middle of the night, well, a late in the evening purchase. One was viscose fabric floral feather carnival black. Fabric floral feather carnival black. Could that be the feather fabric? Is it that one that's the feather fabric? I'm not seeing any feathers on it. The other, oh, is it that one that's feathers? Maybe it's that one's feather fabric. Could be feathers, that looks like a feather. don't know. Then the other one is Viscose Fabric Magic Maple Leaves. Magic Maple Leaves, I don't know. Oh, there looks like there might be leaves there. Somewhere. There. And the third one was Viscose Fabric Floral Amazon Amaryllis Black. So you decide on what it is. Go and have a look on FABRICLAND's website. I'm sure they might still be there if nobody else has gone for it. And a good buy. I'm really pleased with those. Going to be getting some dresses out of those. I've just got to find, well, we're getting weather now. We're getting lovely weather. Sun is shining. Absolutely wonderful weather. So I'm happy about that. I'm going out. We're going tomorrow to His Lordship's other granddaughter's birthday party. I think she's 8. Might be wrong. I think she's 8. And we're going to go and see her. Then we're going to go and see Mummy, his mother, who we think is going in a home. It would be to her benefit. But anyway, we are going to go and see his mummy in the afternoon after she comes back from work. 95-year-old, she thinks she goes to work, bless her. She keeps saying, they like me at working, or they really love me. I can't do enough, they're always happy to see me. And then every now and again she says, I think I got into trouble. And I said, why? And she says, because she says, people were asking me questions and I didn't know the answer. I told them what I thought. And when we were asking, she wasn't getting into trouble. She just, because she's got dementia, she's just all over the place, bless her. And so let me introduce you to something that I've made in January. I made it between Christmas and New Year, and I've never got around to showing you it. This was something that I saw on Etsy, a pattern that I saw on Etsy. I downloaded it. I saw the picture of these things on Etsy, thought they were lovely, and I thought, oh, I wouldn't mind trying that. So I downloaded the pattern from Etsy, expecting that when I made it, it would be that big, but this is what size it ended up. Let me show you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Henrietta the hare. This is Henrietta the hare. She is a lot bigger than I thought she would be. She sits on the table when we're not using it. If I take a picture from a distance, you can see how big she is. This is her. She's very big, and she's made from scrap pieces. And the lady whose patterns it was, she had hers made with brown tweedy things. And what she did, I'm going to sit down because it's easier. What she did was she made the hair up first, and then she sewed the patches on by hand. Well, I started to do that with, what did I start doing it with? The tail. She's got a tail at the back. Not this wasn't what I started doing it with. Oh, it's covered in cat hairs. I started to do it with the tail originally, and oh, it was hurting my hands, and I thought, I can't do it. I got as far as just the tail. I'll show you a little video. I got as far as doing the tail, and I just thought, I can't be doing that. Well, the purpose of this is that you put patches of fabric on like this by hand and sew it together.
I'm not liking this. And I'm typical of my father, who would say I can do better than this, surely. And already this, I've just started on the tail and nothing else. It's not working for me. I think I'm going to have to try something completely different, because this is not my idea of patchwork hair. Watch this space.
So then I thought of a different thing, and I thought, right, I unpicked the pattern because I had put it all together, almost all together. I unpicked it all, and then I decided that what I would do would be to sew the patches on first with zigzag, and then have it so that the patches are very close to where the seam is, and sew down the seams. That was fine, and I think I was telling you I was going to show you another one. Well, I started another one using those curtain fabric books that I got, but these are thinner scraps of fabric and it was easier to turn it inside out, but the curtain ones ended up having to be put to one side and possibly rejected, because I couldn't, it was just so hot, because with it being curtain fabric it was really heavy and hard. To let you know, I'll put the link below for anyone who's interested in this, in getting this pattern. I call her Henrietta, but the actual pattern is Hendrick's the hair. So I'll put a link below so you can see what it's like, and I'll put some pictures in my vlog to let you see what the original of Hendrick's looks like. This fabric that I've used is, you may remember a while back I did a video showing you I'd got a sample pack from Flamingo Fabrics, and they had all these fabrics, little pieces, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with them? And I decided that I would use all the pieces, and I have used all the pieces. Excuse all the cat hairs. She brushes up beside it every day when she comes to tell me she wants a dinner. And the ears have wire in them. I can't remember what she did with them, but I just thought, oh, I didn't want to put fabric on and turn that through, because turning it through onto this tiny little piece was going to be hard. So I just sloshed any old acrylic paint on. Not fantastic. The back is clear, the back is white. That's the colour it was to start with. That's the way the fabric all was. It was like a calico type fabric. Am I happy with it? Yes, except that I'm not keen on the legs. I've got my label on there. I'm not keen on the legs. They seem to be really gangly, but then it's a hair, and hairs are gangly. And I think what I'm going to, I had to sew patches on like that to keep his ears in, but you don't actually see that, so I'm not too bothered. Slightly on the wobble, slightly wobbly. I think I've got one leg slightly different from the other. But what I did get, and I haven't used it yet, I got a great big lot on Amazon. I got about an 8-inch needle that I'm going to thread from one side of that. You see how there's buttons for the eyes there. You can see the buttons, and I haven't done the mouth yet. Never got around to doing the mouth. Well, the buttons for the eyes you pull one flap through to the other to get the hollowness of it, and I figured that if I do that here, I might do the same thing. Have a button here, feed the needle through to the other side, and come through to that side, and just pull it in a bit, because it just seems to be slightly off all over the place. The bottom is fine, but it's this leg, this right leg, that doesn't seem to be sitting properly, and I think it needs pulling in. So it also needs a good clean, and look at this, absolutely covered. I have to do this every day with this white cat, because when they had the black cat, she used to spend all her time outside, but with the white cat she spends nearly all of her time in here, and she doesn't half cover everything with her hair. It doesn't matter how many times I do it, you can clean her chair. She sleeps on one chair, and you hope that she always stays on that chair, but she doesn't. She'll move from one to another, and then you end up having to clean all these chairs, and it gets absolutely filthy now. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see that little rascal? Here she is. Let me spin you round. There she is, fast asleep on her chair. I've already cleaned that this morning, and look at it, it's covered again. See all the hairs? Fast asleep on her chair. That chair definitely needs a new cover. Can you see? This is, I think that, you know, when I said I dyed the dress and it was streaky, I think I dyed it with this cover. And I think I should have done this on its own and the dress on its own, the fabric on its own, because I got these streaky marks, which normally I don't get. So I think it's simply that it hasn't, I should have just done one piece in the dye. Oh, and I also dyed those cushions over there. So it's possible those cushions that are hiding under that table, because that's a table seat. This place is a bit disorientated, disorganised, because I've got my engraving machine and things there. Still not moved them. I run a little business through eBay and Etsy, and that's my workspace at the moment, but that's going to move into my section probably. Anyway, I'm probably boring the pants off you. I went off, his lordship has gone down to look at the home that his mother's going to go into. Have I already told you that? He's gone to look at the home that his mother's going to go into, and he says it's lovely. Not cheap, but it's lovely. And so we're going to try and convince her that she's changing her job. That the job that she loves to go to, they're going to send her to a new workplace, and they're told her she'll enjoy it there. Fingers crossed. She will, because she's a gregarious person. She loves mixing with people. And the only time that she really has a tough time is when she gets back home and he just sits and never talks to her, so she gets worked up. But she also gets the sundowning, which every person with dementia gets. So, you know, I mean, he's not totally to blame. So he's gone down there. And I thought, oh, I'm going to go to the range and get some more dye. Another dye pod. What did I want it for? Can't remember what I wanted to do with it. I usually buy 2 or 3 at a time, because the Ranger's dye pods are quite cheap, and I wanted some gloss paint to do the doors, because we're going to start decorating, and we still haven't got that roof thing done. We've had to change, we were going to get new windows in the whole of the house. The guys who were going to do it never came, so we found somebody else who lives on the estate who's going to do it. He's done some lovely jobs. And I think we're going to get a roof with some windows put in here rather than the glass, but we'll wait and see. Into the range to get some paint and to get some dye pods, and just for a little wander around, because I haven't done it for ages. And as I was driving along, I went to the post office, posted my post. Then I was driving in towards the range, and I couldn't get my car into gear, and I'm thinking, what on earth's the matter? Couldn't get into gear. Managed to get into second gear, then thought, oh, I'm going to drive into the pub car park, because I still had a good half a mile to go before I got, no, good mile to go before I got to the range. So I thought, right, I'm going to pull into the pub car park, try and sort this out. And I managed to get it to go into first gear. So I thought, should I carry on my journey? And then I thought, no, this reminds me of years and years ago, when my first husband and I, we went with friends camping down to Devon. And from Northumberland, it was a 5-hour journey. A 5-hour journey to get to Devon, if not more. Must have been more than 5 hours. But we were driving down, that was fine. My father, as a wedding present, my dad bought us an old second-hand mini car. And in those days, we painted it by hand with a paintbrush, painted it yellow, it was flower power time, so I stuck these flowers all over the Mini. It was my car because my husband couldn't drive. And we decided we'd drive all the way down to Devon with friends. The guy had been our best man and his wife, and we were going to go camping. So we went down to Devon, everything was great, had a good time camping, and then on the way back, they had a mini car as well, and on the way back, we were leading the way, and my car suddenly, the gear stick suddenly dropped right down, and all I could do was get into second gear. Was it second gear or third gear? I could only get into third gear. So we had to stop I had to wave our friends on and say, just go home, just carry on and go home on your own, I've got a problem. But being a typical girl, I did not want to conk out 5.5 hours further down the country. I wanted to get home, because I knew that if I rang my dad up, I used to say, Dad, I need help with the car. And normally he would come and help me, but this particular time I thought, there's no way he's going to come all the way down to Devon. I think it was just round about Cheltenham that it conked out. Cheltenham or Gloucester, somewhere around there. Anyway, so we managed to fill the car up at this garage, and I had to keep the car running all the time because I was terrified I couldn't do anything. And how I managed it, I don't know, but I managed to pull away in third gear. And we drove all the way home in third gear. And I think it's about 300 or 400 miles in third gear all the way. Every time I came to a roundabout, I kept trying to get it. I mean, this was something I got very used to. Trying to get the car to get a certain. I kept saying to my husband, as we approached the roundabout, "Are there any cars coming? Are there any cars coming?" I look at the cars. I look at the car, and I wanted to get the car in such a way that I went straight onto the roundabout instead of having to stop, because if I had to stop, it would have been hard pulling away in third gear. But to be fair, back then there wasn't as much traffic on the roads as there is now, and so going all the way up from Devon it was the distance more than it was the traffic. So we actually managed to get home. I think we only had to make one stop or two, was it 2 stops? Maybe it was 2 stops. I've only got a recollection of 1 stop for petrol. But we must have done 2, surely, with the little car that we had. But drove all the way up from Devon in third gear, terrified that something was going to go wrong. And when we got home, as ever, Dad came to the rescue and he fixed it, and then we went off. There are more tales to tell you about my little yellow mini car. I will tell you them sometime in a future vlog. But her ladyship has woken up. Do you want to see? There she is. Can you see her? Oh, you can't. Let's have a look. There she is. She's woken up. I've got a funny feeling that you might only see a bit of me, or you've seen me close up because I've had you on Zoom, and you might not see much of my face, or you might have seen too much of my face. Anyway, me and her, can you see her? I've got you on a stand here. Her ladyship and I've got a lordship man and I've got a ladyship pussycat. Her ladyship and I will now love you and leave you and catch you next time. Bye.